Hello, Donna's here. So I got bad news. Unfortunately, looks like I got to take my truck in for maintenance or do some maintenance on it. So the past several months, at least the past 2 months, when I've been turning, I don't think the mic can pick it up. But there's times where I'm turning, I'm hearing like a click, like clicking sound, right? And I'm like, obviously that's not good, right? If it's something that's just like, oh, that's a weird noise. And so my dad, who's more educated in terms of more knowledgeable, I should say, in terms of cars, vehicles, and repairs. Um, Yesterday, he and he drove the truck, and I was there in the passenger seat, and we drove around town, and he could hear it, like he can hear the click, click, click. Um, he was thinking maybe the shock and struts. I'm like, I don't think so, because I don't. I may have talked about this early on in one of my early videos, but uh, about I'm not good with time. It feels like for me, like I'm always off on time, but I'm pretty sure it's like been like at least 2 years plus. I changed out a bunch of the components of like where the tire, the like the brakes, the wheel hubs, all those what's those little, not bolts, all the little pieces behind the tire, right? The tie rod, um, all that got changed. The joints and all that stuff. Bought. I had bought them for each side, of course, and we had a mechanic change them all out. So, you know, I mean, that was 2 years ago. So, like, the only thing is, granted, though, those 2 years, it's probably been like 40,000 miles, 30,000 miles, like, since I put them on. So it's like maybe it's also time. The thing is, right? I looked up because for me, I think it's the CV axles. It's pretty much like that rolls like under. I don't know if it's all for all vehicles, but like for me, my Tacoma, like behind the tire, like more in the center underneath the engine, there's these like long metal beams that have like a rubber deal around them. So that's like connected to like, I'm not a mechanic, of course, but like my understanding is that's connected to where the steering wheel is to turn in and whatnot. But I think because I already have over 100,000 miles in this truck, so those two are the original, right? And I'm like, so like 2 years ago, we changed everything out, most everything, besides that, which I don't think at the time it was needed to change them out. But I'm like, it's been over 100,000, and I mean, obviously, if there wasn't any clicking noise, then yeah, there's no need. But the fact that even not even sharp turns, like we were literally going a few miles per hour turning, and you can hear it, like it was pretty clear, right? And I mean, I looked up on Google, and I mean that was what a lot of things were popping up was because of that. Um, my thing is, because I told my dad that I'm like, well, look, I can buy the pieces both, left and right. It's probably gonna be under $200, depending on tax, and whatnot, the shipping costs, but maybe like under $200, and we could change it out. If not, then we have to take it to a mechanic. Um, Probably gonna be over $200. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But to change them out. And the thing is, because that's with the steering wheel and everything, I have to get it relined again, which at that point is probably gonna cost what, an, another $100. So it's like, and like for me personally, if I'm going to go get it relined, I rather change out the little pieces that you would need to change out, or the pieces that if you were to change them out to get them relined, you might as what buy them new and get them changed out at the same time. So when you do the realignment, you don't have to do them until you get new tires, essentially, right? But I don't know. It's So it's just one of those things that I don't know. It was it's like trying to save money, right? Versus taking to a mechanic doing all that work. Because like either way, it's like you can buy the pieces and put them up. Because either way, like so, you got to take it to get a line. So it's like, would it be better to do to just buy all the pieces and install them yourself, or pay a mechanic to do all that? But you still have to get them line no matter what. So it's just like, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to see that how much it's going to cost to do it, and as well as like I said, how much it's going to be to if it's just going to be that, or if like I said we're going to go to the part where we're going to change out all the other little pieces as well. Like might as well, But I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'll have to learn. I'll have to wait later this week. Till then, I'm gonna go get some groceries, and then I'm gonna have to park my truck and swap it out with my Tundra. Uh, it's funny thing. Like my Tundra, it's an '07 Tundra, right? Works great. The only thing is, when I got this truck 4 years ago, the reason why I got it was because the engine light turned on, and we couldn't figure out. We took it to a mechanic. They couldn't figure out what was the issue. So I'm like, well, I guess it's time to get a new truck, right? Or like just second vehicle. But the funny thing is, like 6 months later, 6, 8 months, a little bit later on, I looked into it because I had to get it renewed for the stickers, right, for the tags. And turns out it was knocking sensors. Because me and my dad, we changed them out in July, never turned back on. I'm like, man, could have saved a lot of money those past years just keeping the truck and just have postponed getting another vehicle. But hey, it is what it is. I got about a month, or I got about a year and 4 months left to pay off this truck, and then I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to be good for a while. I'm not like there was a point where I was like, I want to do trade-ins and upgrade. And I'm like, but after putting up, with monthly payments each, each month, for multiple years, like, I really don't want to do that again. Like, I'm good till financially things change on my end. I'm good for right now. Because once I pay off this truck, we're looking good. But until then, it's like, with maintenance. Because man, how much? Because like when I did this, 2 years ago, I mean, I spent like under $1,000 for the mechanic, buying all the pieces and everything like that. It was under like I think it was around under $1,000. So, put in a lot of money to get that all taken care of. Um, because it wasn't just the front part; it was also the rear. Like the brakes and everything. The was it shocks in the back, the rear shocks. So, like, once I was all taken care of, it was like pretty good. But I hmm, oh, like the shocks and stuff like that, we can change. Like, remember that me and my dad, we can do that. But I was like, because if we would change those, the CV axles, I mean, eventually in the next year or two, you know, would have to change out the other pieces. I mean, I guess granted, if they cause issues, right? I mean, it's not really required. I mean, it's more one of those things like once an issue arrives, then you do it. It just sucks. Like that the realignment, man. It's like I think it's like $100 or something. So it's like each time you change out one of those pieces, you got to spend $100 on top of that to get it realigned, right? So it's just like that. That's more the main kicker is spending the more money up front, but having everything taken care of, so you don't have to spend $100 for just realignment for changing out a couple of pieces. So, but yeah, unfortunately, bad news. It's it's gonna be that time of the year to do some more maintenance. So, but hey, I mean, the truck pays the bills, so it's like you gotta put back, put money back into it. So it is what it is. So yeah, the only thing is, so after today, once I park this truck and switch my Tundra, I don't know how it's gonna be with the recording setup, uh, because I've not been able to find a way to record at a good angle on my Tundra, just because of how the layout of the truck. Like I could put in the air vents, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, especially the weight of the phone. It's like, don't know if that's like the angle's gonna be not the greatest. So I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll give it a try if something happens, and I'll just make do with the angle. So we'll see. We'll see. But uh, let me know how's y'all's day. Yeah, so far this month has not been too. It's not. It could be worse this Monday, but it's Monday, right? So let me know how your Monday's been going. Could be better than mine, but hopefully yours has been better than mine. So, but yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See ya. Take care.